Hi everybody, I'm going to discuss MCQ. Subject is computer organization. Hi everybody, this is the computer organization, computer science and technology, and here this is the year from 2014 MCQ. Command about program counter is true. It is used to count the number of instruction. It is a sale of in the ROM during execution. Current instruction it content changes. None of these. During execution of the current instruction, it content changes. This is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Program counter. During execution of the current instruction, its content change. Imbalance between memory access and the CPU operation can be reduced by cache memory. Yes, this is the correct answer. Memory interlacing. Yes, this is also possible. Reducing memory size. No, none of these. A and B is the correct answer. The speed imbalance between memory access and CPU can be reduced by cache memory and memory interlacing. So A and B right answer. The sequence of events that happens during a typical fetch operation is that is PC MDR memory IR, PC MAR memory MDR IR, PC memory IR, MAR MDR IR. Definitely PC, then PC program counter, then memory access register, then memory data register, and then instruction register. P is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Number cannot be represented in sign magnitude form, one's complement form, two's complement, none of these. Definitely negative numbers can be represented with sign, ones and twos all. So none of this is the right answer. From add x, y register immediate indirect index. Definitely index addressing mode because x, y are not the registers. So answer is index addressing mode. The exponent of floating point numbers is represented in XS3 code bias so that dynamic range is large, precision is high, smallest number is represented by all zeros, overflow is avoided. Definitely answer is overflow is avoided. The negative number are stored in 2's complement form. The range of numbers that can be stored in 8 bit is definitely minus 128 to 127. The right answer is B. Minus 128 to 127. The three main components of digital computers are, answer is CPU, memory and IO. CPU, memory and IO. These are the three important components of the computer system. C. The cost of storing a bit is minimum in cache memory register, RAM, tape. Definitely answer is tape. The cost is minimum. Set one is true, is are true. ROM is the read-write memory. ROM is a read-write memory. You can read also, write also, because there are different types of ROM. There EPROM, erasable programming ROM, electrically erasable programming ROM. PC, this is correct answer A. PC is point to the last instruction, that was no, it will point to the next instruction to be executed. So this is the false. Stacks work on the principle of LIFO, last in first out. Yes, this is true. RAM is a read-write memory. RAM is a read-write memory. That is definitely true. So answer is A, C and D are true. A, C and D are true. Next. Tera is a power of 9, 20, 30, 40. Definitely 40. Tera mean 40, 2 to the power 40. In immediate addressing, the operand is placed in the CPU registers in memory after opcode in the instruction in the stack. After opcode in the instruction. C is the right answer. C. Now, next a short question. What is read-write policy? Read-write the data is updated only in the cache and updated into the memory in later time. The data is updated in the memory only when the cache line is ready to be replaced. The write back is a cache mechanism technique common in most microprocessor architecture since Intel 808/486 when required. It copies the data to higher level caches, packing store or memory. So read back mean we have to write the cache first of all, then the information is transferred to main memory. আমরা জানি ক্যাশ মেমোরিতে যখন কিছু লেখা হয় দুভাবে লিখতে পারি, এটা হচ্ছে রাইট ব্যাক, একটা রাইট থ্রু। রাইট ব্যাকে কি করা হয়, প্রথমে ক্যাশে আমরা লিখি, তারপর যে ডেটাগুলো আপডেট করি সেগুলো পরে রিপ্লেস করে দিই আমরা মেন মেমোরিতে গিয়ে। সো দিস কনসেপ্ট ইজ রাইট ব্যাক is a caching technique common in most processor architecture since Intel 80486. Intel 80486 এর পর থেকেই এটা খুবই কমন মেথড, যেখানে আমরা ডেটাগুলো আগে লিখে রাখি তারপর ব্যাক করি. Data is updated only in the cache and update it into memory later time. প্রথমে আমরা ক্যাশে লিখে রাখি, তারপর সেটা মেমোরিতে গিয়ে আপডেট করি। Next, what is supercomputer? Supercomputer are large system that are specifically designed to solve complex scientific and industrial challenges. Such applications span a wide range of computational intensive tasks, including quantum mechanics, weather forecasting, climate research, oil and gas exploration, molecular dynamics, physical simulation, and require amount of computing power and resources that go beyond what is available in general purpose computer, server, and workstation. A supercomputer is a computer with a very high level computational capacities compared to general purpose computer such as personal desktop or laptop. সুপার খুব হাই লেভেল কম্পিউটেশনাল ক্যাপাসিটি আছে, যেটা জেনারেল পারপাস কম্পিউটার করতে পারে না। এটা মেইনলি কি কি অ্যাপ্লিকেশন এরিয়াতে কাজ করে, যেখানে আমরা কোয়ান্টাম মেকানিক্স, ওয়েদার ফোরকাস্টিং, ক্লাইমেট রিসার্চ, ওয়েল অ্যান্ড গ্যাস এক্সপ্লোরেশন, মলিকুলার ডাইনামিক্স, এখানে হিউজ অ্যামাউন্ট অফ ডেটা থাকে। তার কাজগুলো বিয়ন্ড কম্পিউটার সিস্টেমে পসিবল নয়, সেই কাজগুলো সুপার কম্পিউটার দিয়ে করতে পারি। যেমন ইন্ডিয়া একটা সুপার কম্পিউটার আছে পরম, ইন্ডিয়াতে এটা পরম PRM, and the international supercomputer is CRAY-1, CRAY-1. So this is the short note on supercomputer. It is a very large system that is specially designed to solve complex scientific and industrial challenges. Next question is, what is TLB? The full form of TLB is translation look aside buffer. The problem of high cache is to set up large page table entries called TLB. TLB is nothing but a special cache used to keep track of recently used transaction. TLB contains page table entries that have been most recently used. Given virtual address, processor examine the TLB. If the page table entry is present in TLB heap, the frame number is retrieved and the real address is formed. If the page table entry is not found in the TLB, page number is used to index the process page table, and TLB first check if the page is already in the main memory. If it is in the main memory, then page fault is issues, and then the TLB is updated to include the new page entry. TLB basically একটা হাই স্পিড ক্যাশ, যেটা হাই স্পিড অ্যাসোসিয়েটিভ মেমোরি দিয়ে বানানো হয়। এটা পেজ টেবিলের সাথে কানেক্টেড থাকে। আমরা যে ডেটাগুলো, যে পেজগুলো রিসেন্টলি আমরা সবসময় দরকার হয়, সেগুলো টিএলবিতে রাখা হয়। যখনই আমরা সেই পেজগুলো অ্যাক্সেস করার চেষ্টা করি, সেটা টিএলবি থেকে অ্যাক্সেস করি। যদি ওই পেজটা পেয়ে যায় টিএলবি থেকে, দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড টিএলবি হিট। আর যদি পেজটা না পাই, ডেফিনেটলি আমরা জানি যে সমস্ত পেজগুলো র্যামে থাকে, সেই র্যাম থেকে আমাকে অ্যাক্সেস করতে হবে। আবার র্যামে যদি কোনো পেজ না থাকে, সেটা আমার সেকেন্ডারি মেমোরি থেকে নিয়ে আসা হয়, দ্যাট ইজ অ্যানাদার ইস্যু ইজ কল্ড পেজ ফল্ট। তো যখন কোনো পেজ আমরা পাচ্ছি না টিএলবি থেকে, ডেফিনেটলি সেটা মেন মেমোরি থেকে খুঁজবো, তখন টিএলবি মিস। তো ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমরা টিএলবিটাকে চেক করি, যেটা আমাদের খুব ইমিডিয়েট পেয়ে যায়, কারণ এটা ফার্স্ট একটা রেজিস্টার অ্যাসোসিয়েটিভ মেমোরি দিয়ে বানানো, ক্যাশ মেমোরি দিয়ে। তো যাতে আমরা খুব তাড়াতাড়ি আমাদের কাজগুলো করতে পারি, এটা পেজিং এর সময় এই টিএলবি ইউজ করা হয়। তো এটা খুবই কমন একটা কোয়েশ্চেন, শর্ট নোটও আসে পরীক্ষাতে। নেক্সট, হোয়াট ইজ ডিএমএ? DMA means direct memory access. That is, direct memory access mean suppose আমরা IO ডিভাইস আর সিপিইউর মধ্যে ডেটা কমিউনিকেশন হচ্ছে, যদি এটা সিপিইউ ইন্টারাক্ট করে, তাহলে ডেটা প্রসেসিংটা স্লো হয়ে যায়। এই জন্য একটা ফার্স্ট হার্ডওয়্যার ডিভাইসকে সিপিইউ আর IO ডিভাইসের মাঝখানে রাখা হয়েছে, যে কি করে, যে উইদাউট ইন্টারভেনশন অফ সিপিইউ সেই পুরো কাজটা করে যায়। Data transfer between fast storage media such as magnetic tape and magnetic memory unit is limited by the speed of the CPU. Thus, we can allow the peripheral directly communicate with each other through the memory buses, removing the intervention of the CPU. This type of data transfer technique is known as DMA or direct memory access. During DMA, the CPU is idle and it has no control over the memory buses. The DMA controller takes over the buses to manage the transfer directly between IO device and memory unit. আমরা জানি যখনই IO ডিভাইস আর মেমোরির মধ্যে সাপোজ একটা ম্যাগনেটিক টেপ বা কোনো একটা পেন ড্রাইভ অ্যাক্সেস করছি, তখন ডাইরেক্টলি সিপিইউকে যদি ওই সময় কমিউনিকেট করতে হয় সবসময় ডেটা ট্রান্সফার করার জন্য, তাহলে যে কম্পিউটার সিস্টেম আদার কাজগুলো আছে সেগুলো স্লো হয়ে যেতে পারে। এই জন্য IO ডিভাইস আর মেমোরি মাঝখানে DMA ডেটা মেমোরি ডাইরেক্ট মেমোরি অ্যাক্সেস যেটা কনসেপ্টটা, DMA কন্ট্রোলার ডেটা ডাইরেক্ট মেমোরি অ্যাক্সেস কন্ট্রোলার, যে কন্ট্রোলারটাকে IO ডিভাইস আর মেমোরি মাঝখানে রাখা হয়, যে সিপিইউর হয়ে ডেটা কমিউনিকেশন করে। এন্টায়ার ডেটা কমিউনিকেশন প্রসেসটা সিপিইউ না করে আইডেল থাকে সিপিইউ, তো ডিএমএ ডেটা ট্রান্সফারটা করে। এই জন্য আমাদের ক্যালকুলেশন বা ডেটা ট্রান্সফার এই জন্য আমাদের খুব ফাস্ট হয়। So data transfer between fast storage media such as magnetic disk and memory unit is limited by the speed of the CPU. Thus, we can allow the peripheral directly communicate with each other using the memory buses, removing the intervention of the CPU. This type of data transfer is known as DMA. During DMA, CPU is idle, has no control over the memory buses. The DMA controller takes over the buses to manage the transfer directly between IO device and memory unit. Next, what do you mean by pipeline conflict? They are a situation called hazard. They are a situation called hazard that prevent the next instruction in the instruction stream from being executing during the designated clock cycle. Hazard reduce the performance of the speed up again by pipelining. Hazard are the problems যেটা through আমরা pipeline conflict হয়. There are three types of hazards. Structural hazard, they arise from the resource conflict when the hardware cannot support all possible combinations of instruction in simultaneous overlap execution. Data hazard, they arise when the instruction depends on the result of a previous instruction in a way that is exposed by the overlapping of instruction in the pipeline. Control hazard, they arise from the pipelining of branches and other instruction that change the PC. Control hazard, they arise from the pipelining of branches and other instruction that change the PC. So there are three types of hazard. One is structure hazard, they arise from the resource conflict when the hardware cannot support all possible combinations of instruction in simultaneous overlap execution. Data hazard, they arise when an instruction depends on the result of previous instruction in a way that is exposed by overlapping the instruction in the pipelining. Control hazard, they arise from the pipelining of branches and other instruction that change the PC. PC means program counter. So these are the concept of hazards. What do you mean by pipeline conflicts? Next question. What do you mean by replacement algorithm? We know the replacement algorithm is a page replacement algorithm that decides which memory page is to be replaced. The process of replacement is sometimes called swap out or write to disks. Page replacement is done when the requested page is not found in the main memory, that is page fault. So page replacement কখন হয় যখন আমাদের কোন একটা পেজকে আমাকে জায়গা নেই, তো সেই পেজটাকে আমাকে কোন একটা পেজে র্যামের মধ্যে আসার জায়গা নেই, সো পেজটাকে অন্য প্রিভিয়াস পেজ দিয়ে আমাকে রিপ্লেস করতে হবে, তখন পেজ রিপ্লেসমেন্ট দরকার হয়। তিন ধরনের পেজ রিপ্লেসমেন্ট আমরা হয়। There are three types of page replacement. One is optimal, another is least recently used, and last one is FIFO. In this algorithm, optimal page replacement algorithm, in this algorithm replace the page which will not be referred so long in future. এটা ফিউচারে অনেকক্ষণ ইউজ হয়নি তাকে দিয়ে রিপ্লেস করো। Although it cannot be practically implementable, but it can be used as a benchmark. Other algorithm compared to this is in terms of optimality. এটা খুবই অপটিমাল অ্যালগরিদম যেটা ফিউচারে যে পেজটা আসতে পারে তাকে দিয়ে রিপ্লেস করা হবে, যে অনেক পরে ইউজ হবে তাকে দিয়ে রিপ্লেস করা হবে। Least recently used, this algorithm replace the page, this algorithm replace the page which has not been referred for a long time, যেটা অনেকক্ষণ আগে ইউজড হয়েছে এখন হচ্ছে না। This algorithm just opposite of optimal algorithm. We look the past instead of studying at future. And last one is FIFO page replace algorithm. In this algorithm, the queue is maintained. The page which is assigned the frame first will be replaced first. So first in, first out. The page which reside in the rear end of the queue will be replaced in every page fault. এটা আগে এসে সেটা রিপ্লেসড হবে। তো পেজ ফল্ট decide which memory page is to be replaced. So this is the algorithm through which memory page is to be replaced when the page is full or memory is full. Thank you. Now I am going to discuss the question paper 2015 MCQ solution. Which of the following comment about the program counter is true? It is used to count the number of instruction. It is a sale of ROM. Which of the following comment about program counter is true? It is used to count the number of instruction. No. It is a sale of ROM. No. During execution of the current instruction, it content changes. That is the right answer. That is C is the right answer. During execution of the current instruction, it content changes. The speed imbalance between memory access and the CPU operation can be reduced by definitely cache memory and memory interlacing. This is the important question. The sequence of events that happens during the fetch operation is PC, MAR, memory, MDR, and IR. Option B is the correct answer. Negative number cannot be represented in none of these, because negative number all the options are can be represented. So D is the right answer here. The addressing mode used in an instruction of the form add x comma y is known as index register, that is index. Any instruction should have at least 3 operand, 2 operand, 1 operand, none of these. Any instruction should have at least none of these. Here none of these is the answer, because instruction can be 4 types: 0 address, 1 address, 2 address. Which of the following rules regarding the correct is correct? Regarding 2's complement is correct. Add sign bit and discard carry if any. Yes, correct. Add sign bit, add carry if any. No. Do not add sign bit. This is not right answer. A is the correct answer. Add sign bit and discard carry if any. This is the right answer. The exponent of floating point number is represented in excess n code by so that dynamic range is large, precision is high, smallest number is presented by all zeros, overflow is avoided. Definitely overflow is avoided. Negative number is 2's complement presentation is stored in -128 to 127. This is a very common question. The three main components of digital computer, definitely CPU, memory and IO. This subtractor is not generally usually present in computer because it is expensive. It is not possible to design it. The adder will take care of subtraction. Definitely, the adder is take care of subtraction. The cost of storing a bit is minimum in tape. Which of the following statement is and slash are true? ROM is read-write memory. Yes. PC point the last instruction that was executed. No. PC point to the updated instruction, next instruction. This is false. Stack works on the principle of LiPo write. RAM is a read-write memory. This is right. A, C, D are right. Giga is a power of 2 to the power 30. Giga is power of 2 to the power 30. That is 30. In immediate addressing, the operand is placed in the CPU register in memory after opcode in the instruction. Definitely after opcode in the instruction. Instruction in computer language consisted of. Instruction in computer language consists of opcode, operands, both of these, none of these, both of these. TLB is associated with cache memory. TLB is associated with cache memory. 5-line architecture is more suitable for RIC architecture, CIC, hybrid architecture, all of these. Definitely, this is applicable for RIC architecture. Reduced instruction set computer architecture. As per CPU concern, hard disk drive is a type of memory. Peripheral devices both A and B. Definitely, it is both A and B. One is type of memory and devices. Both A and B. Exponent in floating point number can be represented in sign magnitude number form, 1's complement form, and 2's complement bias. Definitely, sign magnitude form. Thank you. Next is the computer organization MCQ of 2016. Which of the following comment about cache memory is true? It is used to increase the memory size. It is used to decrease the memory size. It decreases the overall performance of the CPU. It minimizes the speed gap between CPU and main memory. Definitely, answer is it minimizes the speed gap between CPU and main memory. D is the right answer. And for memory access register, memory address register, memory access reference, memory address reference, memory address registered, MAR. Exponent in floating point number can be represented in signs magnitude, 1's complement, 2's complement, bias form. Exponent is represented in sign magnitude form. Which of the following has least number of instructions? Definitely RI is C. Reduce instruction set computer. In this mode of address, the operand is not specified explicitly. Operand is not specified explicitly. Definitely stack. Start and stop bit combination is used in synchronous communication, transmission, asynchronous transmission both. Definitely this is asynchronous transmission. The negative number represented 2's complement form is -28 to 127. -28 to 127. No. Which one is the fastest? Definitely CPU register is the fastest. CPU register is fastest. Cache memory uses SRAM, DRAM, EP, double EPROM, EPROM. It is uses SRAM. Replacement algorithm is not necessary in associative mapping, set associative, direct mapping, all of the above. Is not necessary in direct mapping. Next short question. What is paging? Paging is a memory management scheme that eliminates the need for contiguous allocation of physical memory. This scheme permits the physical address space of a process to be non-contiguous. Paging is a memory management scheme that eliminates the need for contiguous allocation of physical memory. This scheme permits the physical address space of a computer comprises of group called field. This field contains different information of as for computers. Everything is 0 or 1. So each field has different significance on the basis of which CPU decide to what to perform. The most common field is operation field, which specify the operation to be performed, like addition, subtraction, etc. Address field, which contains the location of the operand, that is registers or memory. And finally mode, which specify how operand is to be founded. Is to be founded. Instruction format describe the internal structure of the bits of instruction in terms of constituent parts. Instruction format describe the internal structure or layout design of the bits of instructions. What is vector interrupt? Vector interrupt are those which have fixed vector address. Vector interrupt are those which have fixed vector address, starting address of subroutine. After executing this, program control transferred to that address. Vector address যেখানে আমরা starting একটা particular address দেওয়া থাকে সেই address থেকে কাজটা হতে থাকে. What is vector interrupt? That is the fixed vector address. Next, what is Flynn classification? MJ Flynn proposed a classification for the organize of computer system, the number of instruction and data items that are manipulated simultaneously. The sequence of instruction read from memory constitute instruction stream, and the operation performed on the data in the processor constitute data stream. According to Flynn, there are 4 types of computer system. One is SISD, single instruction, single data stream. SIMD, single instruction, multiple data stream. Multiple instruction, single data stream, MISD, and multiple instruction, multiple data stream. There are 4 types of computer organization, that is SISD, SIMD, MISD, and MIMD. What is hit ratio? Hit ratio is calculated by dividing the number of hits and the total number of hit and misses. It measures how effective a cache is fulfilling requests for content. So cache hit ratio equal to cache hit divided by cache hit plus miss into 100%. That is percentage. In number system, that is hit by hit plus miss. What is the function of TLB? A translation look asset buffer is a memory cache that is used to reduce the time taken to access a user memory location. Memory টাকে efficient করার জন্য, fast করার জন্য calculation. It is a part of the chip memory management unit. The TLB stored the recent translation of virtual memory to physical memory. It can be called address translation cache. So it is used to reduce the time taken to access user memory. What do you mean by effective address? An effective address is any operand to an instruction which in references memory. Effective address have a very simple syntax. They consist of expression evaluating to the desired address enclosing in the square bracket. Thank you. So this is the end of the MCQ question from the subject of computer organization. Thank you very much for watching this video. Share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.